Disney is too scared to make a horror movie, so I'll do it myself. I'm taking these two posters and I'm making them terrifying, starting with How to Train the Dragon. I wanted to turn the dragon into something way worse, so I replaced it with a monster image which doesn't look like a monster now, but just trust me on this one. Then I removed the original dragon completely. Like I said, the monster looked way too friendly, so I erased the tears and started reshaping his expression. I used moonlight from the background to paint lighting onto him and blended it in so it felt like he belonged there. Then I fixed the eyes, pulled the eyelids down, and lifted the mouth slightly to kill the happy look without losing the innocence like in the original poster. I painted darker shadows into the muscles to give him more weight and more presence. Then I removed the eyes entirely, and that's where things got fun. I added a dead demonic skin texture and blended it in so part of the face looked lifeless. His mouth was closed, so I stapled it shut using metal rings. And at this point I'm starting to question who the problem is. Anyways, I added contact shadows and dents in the lip to make it feel painful and real. Then I dropped in a demonic eye, added shadows, glow, and highlights to make it feel embedded. Then I added blood, but the blood was too fresh, so I darkened it to make it look old. Finally, I changed the title from How to Train a Dragon to How to Train a Demon, matched the original layout and gave it a red, heavier look. Oh, and I removed the finger because, well, it's a horror poster. After some final camera raw tweaks, this one was done, and that is How to Train a Dragon, but horror. Like this video if you don't want to be messed up by a demon. Thank you. Now let's move on. The next poster is Zootopia. The image quality was terrible, so the first thing I did was upscale the poster. I knew I'd be working on every character separately, so I cut out the fox, the rabbit, the snake, and put them all on their own layers. This part took forever because my OCD won't allow me to make bad selections, so let's just speed that up. Once that was done, I added a new shadow underneath the snake to ground everything in the scene. Now, here's where things started going wrong. I removed parts of the fox's leg, and don't you guys worry, he's getting it back. Well, parts of it. And tore up his pants so it looked like the snake already took a bite out of him. The problem was that his leg was still baked into the snake image, so I had to rebuild the snake skin by duplicating and warping it until it looked whole again. Then I added a bone right where his foot used to be. I matched the lighting and added contact shadows so it actually felt real. Now, for the blood, I placed it under the pants, on top of the bone. I warped it into the floor so it looked like it just happened. Nick is still looking way too comfortable, so I duplicated his eyes, removed the originals, and made them roll back into his head. Then I added eye veins because, yeah, he's being strangled. I tried fixing the snake's eyes manually, but nothing felt right, so instead I generated a new, angrier face and dropped it in. Then I made the eyes completely black with white reflections, so they had that supernatural look. I cut pieces out of the rabbit's ear, added flesh hanging from the snake's mouth, painted saliva, and covered everything in blood. The rabbit still looked alive, which was a problem. Well, that sounds wrong. So I removed his smile, darkened his eyes, and desaturated his body to make him look completely lifeless again. His arm was still raised, so I puppet warped it down until it rested on the snake. And at this point, I fine-tuned the image by making it more bloody and getting rid of some mask mistakes. Now, I consider this poster done. And that's it. 2 Disney posters turned into horror. Let me know in the comments which poster you think is more horrific. And if you enjoyed this, here's another video you might like.